One of the unfortunate side effects of the technological boom that we are experiencing and this social world that we find ourselves connected to is that we all have like a trigger machine in our hands at all times. We carry it around with us. We're devoted to it. We're addicted to it. We can't go anywhere without it. And it has the potential to completely derail our day simply by the touch of a button. Opening up an app. Pick one. Pick the one that triggers you, right? Pick which one, and you know what I'm talking about. So in this episode of Roxy Talks, we're going to discuss what we can do to protect ourselves from the potential triggering that might be caused from checking social media, checking our phones, being inundated with everybody's whereabouts and life updates in every single moment, just at our fingertips. Stay tuned. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Thank you for joining me here for another episode of Roxy Talks, where we discuss confidence, mindset, manifestation, and more. I'm Roxy Lee. I'm a mindset coach, and I'm here to help you banish your negative thinking and limiting beliefs so you can bring love, clarity, and joy into your life. If you are interested in implementing your own practice so that you are well equipped to deal with anything that might come up in your world, check out my 30 Days of Alignment Challenge. It is what helped me actually begin to change my life. I have a free version and an upgraded version where I help guide you through the process with 30 days of videos of me being your cheerleader in your corner, cheering you on every single day. You can check out either version at my website, roxytalks.com. Of course, that link is in the description below. I've also got exclusive merch, podcasts, and more courses, workshops, and coaching at my website, roxytalks.com. You can also join me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, before we get into this video, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you're feeling generous, please like and share. That helps us reach as many people as possible, and everyone deserves to know that they are in complete control of their reality. Now, social media is like the ultimate blessing and curse. It allows us to be able to connect with people from all over the world, people we know, people we don't know, famous people, not so famous people, regular old people, brands, you name it. Companies, businesses, everybody's on some sort of social media at this point. In some way, shape, or form, we are all connected with these things, and we're all carrying them around all the time. It's no secret. Most people these days are simply a DM away, a like away, a comment away, a fingertip away. And we have started putting all of our definitions of self, society, reality, anything, our concept of who we are as people, as individuals, how we interact with each other, it is all beginning to be based around this central hub of social media, because what has happened to our society is that privacy has become passé, right? Well, it's kind of coming back in style now. People have been conditioned for the last 20 years or so to literally share every mundane and minute detail of their day, including what they're eating, sometimes what happens to that food once it's been digested through their body, what's going on at work, how they feel about their boss and their family members, how they feel about their relationship. That's a big one, right? We also have a bunch of bullshit. We also know that social media is a filter. So it's not reality. It is 7 billion or however many people are on social media's perspective of reality, funneled through their own filter of life, the way they view the world, how they feel about their situation, the circumstances, memes. Think about memes, right? Who makes memes? We have this idea about how relatable they are. Who's making them? Whoever's making them is a person going through an experience. Put it on the internet. Hey, it's relatable. My point is that we are now starting to build our idea of society and, again, ourselves based on what everybody else is thinking and doing, or at least what they want you to see of that, uploaded to the world. Our society is different than when I grew up. That's not what it was like when I was a kid, when I was an adolescent. When I was gaining my sense of self, I didn't have to worry about what billions of people thought. I only had to worry about what, 5 bitches in my school thought or whatever, some of the bitches, not all of the bitches in the world. And that's what we're kind of putting ourselves through right now. It's almost like every single day we open up our phones and we put ourselves through the gauntlet. How many apps can I open before I am fully triggered? And thinking about all the things I don't have, the things I don't like, what's not here, what's not coming, how come all this, seeing something I don't want to see, whatever it is. We allow ourselves to be triggered in a multitude of ways. Just by opening this thing, just by swiping and unlocking it, you have the potential to do so much damage to yourself. Like, as I'm talking about this, I'm just really thinking about, there's so much that can be done through a phone. You can ruin your entire life in seconds with your phone. And we almost give ourselves like little tiny little baby life ruiners every day. First thing I do in the morning, check email. The first thing I'm doing. Why is that the very first thing I wake up in the morning to do is look at work? That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. And whether your trigger is looking for text messages that may or may not be there. WhatsApp. Oh my God, I never heard the end of WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp is dangerous, okay? Tinder, dating sites, Instagram, obviously. Now this Instagram is bad because this can be love, this can be body, this can be financial, this can be social status, this can just be likes, this can be approval, validation, like this goes so deep. Facebook, politics, family, God knows what, complaining, right? Twitter, I don't have to say anything, Twitter's crazy. TikTok, what the fuck is TikTok, right? TikTok is so weird. My point is that we have so many different ways that we can cause ourselves a spiral, an anxiety attack, knock us off our game, put someone on the pedestal real quick in an instant. There's just so many dangers. It's like walking through the jungle, like just a big old baby piece of meat just ready to be eaten by something. We're like raw. We're just like meat, just like predators just waiting to get us, right? It's just, as I'm thinking about this, like social media is so dangerous. There's so much there that can send you over the edge if you are not prepared, if you are not aware of what does it to you and what you do in response to it. And not only do you have to be aware of those things, you then have to have the discipline and the wherewithal to make yourself not react to that. No, don't attach meaning. Don't decide it means anything to you, about you, for you, in your life, whatever. Don't let you slip. Don't let it trigger. I mean, there's so much that can happen in 1 second of looking at your timeline. It can happen in an instant. Opening your phone, seeing something you don't want to see, opening your phone and not seeing something you wanted to see. Checking your bank account. You're working on your money story. Maybe you're the B word, or we have bills to pay, okay? Checking your bank account, even something like that can be triggering, can send you down a spiral of, OMG, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this? When's the money going to... If you are a public persona, a YouTuber, famous on Instagram, opening any app can be totally triggering for you because people on the internet want to tell you all kinds of terrible things about yourself for some reason. So there are so many levels. We have this idea that the grass is greener over there, and it is magnified, amplified by social media. Social media is literally like the grass is greener machine. It is just like this perpetual, like, you are not good enough thing, just like constantly growing and growing and growing because so much is being uploaded constantly. You'll never be enough. There'll never be enough. There'll never be an end to it. You'll never be able to catch up. You'll never have the most likes. You'll never have the most this. You'll never have the most followers or any of that stuff. You'll never be done doing the content. You'll never be done checking the status. You'll never be done building the relationship or whatever it is. It's like, it's always there. It's constantly reminding you your body is still not the way you want it. Your diet is still not the way you want it. Your bank account is still not the way you want it. The world is still not the way we want it. Whatever it is, we need to be really careful. That's not necessarily where this video was meant to go. But again, as I'm just kind of saying these things, like, we still don't understand the repercussions of social media yet. The people who grew up on it are still young, still too young to understand the lifelong trouble that they might see. What that level of comparison and constant questioning of your validation on a magnified scale what does that do to somebody? What are the long-term effects of it? I can tell you as a coach, I can tell you that it's really messed up. People that have maybe not grown up with social media, I'm helping them deal with their insecurities now. I have yet to have a client who's kind of, old enough to have always had social media or always had a computer online presence, right? So we're getting there. We're getting there and seeing what might happen when you are constantly exposing yourself to situations, feelings, ideas, notions, content, whatever you want to call it, that is potentially harmful to you. You know how to cut yourself the deepest, right? So really start considering what you are getting out of the social media. Are you doing it for business? Are we doing it to connect to people? Are we doing it to validate ourselves? That's okay. This is what we do now. Start really thinking about what it is that you are getting out of being on there. And not only that, but what is the point of you being on there? And are these two things congruent? Is the reason you are on social media, the pure reason that you want to be on there, is that being reflected in what you are receiving every time you log in, or let's say the majority of times you log in? Also look into what specific apps cause you the most internal damage. Where do you spiral the most? What is it specifically that causes you the most pain? Is it seeing someone's status update, checking their status, whether they looked at your story or not? Again, business, money, body, self-esteem in any way, friendships, FOMO, any of that stuff, especially right now. FOMO is probably a big one right now. Violence in the media, fucked up people in the media. Again, politics, who knows, all this stuff, the dark stuff, right? Even the darker stuff. Where are you being triggered? What are you getting out of it? Why do you keep returning? I mean, this is for you to answer for yourself so that you can custom tailor yourself an action plan. If you need to limit your time on certain apps or to certain times of the day, or we're not going to check social media for the first 2 hours that we're awake, put some rules in place, put some boundaries in place for yourself so that you are aware of what might be lurking in that app that might jump out and bite you. Be honest with yourself and just put your personal well-being first. If you need to cut an app out of your life and take it off your phone for a while and see how you feel, then do that. If you're worried that a certain person's not going to be able to communicate with you if you delete an app, we can manifest. You will be fine. Delete the app. It's not the only way out there, okay? You can always bring it back when you're ready. Start taking responsibility for the fact that if you are getting triggered when you go on these apps or go into your phone or whatever, you are victimizing yourself in those moments. Now, maybe something is triggered that was there before, a previous victimization that was, maybe feels like something that was done to us. The fact that it's in the past does not change the fact that if you call those feelings back up to yourself purposely or knowingly, right? Maybe not intentionally, but you know that you have the potential for doing that if you open up your phone or go in those apps, check the WhatsApp, check your story. You may be hitting a tripwire for something that's already in existence, but you are the one putting yourself in that position and allowing yourself to be hurt again or re-victimized over this specific pain point. So analyze what you're doing. Maybe take a break. Maybe cut back your time. Tailor your feed so you only see things that you want to see. Again, start taking responsibility and understanding that social media can be a really dangerous place, but it doesn't have to be. Also, make sure that you're going into situations with your energetic condom on. Understand that if you're looking at your feed or you're looking at these things, you're going to check your status. I don't care what the pixels on my screen say. I am in control of what I interpret that to be. So make sure you're always telling a story that you want to actually live out, even while you're scrolling, even while you're looking at your phone. Be very conscious of what you're doing in your mind while you're aimlessly scrolling. Who knows what we're thinking? Honestly, this is again one of those moments where I like to insert affirmations or make myself think specific things because you can get lost in searching your phone so easily. I do it 50 times a day. Pick this thing up, it's like walking through a doorway. The fuck was I doing? I have no idea what I was doing. No idea. Who am I? What's going on? No idea. It like wipes my fucking memory clean. And as I say that, I'm just going to make myself a little intention that I will be much more mindful as I am looking through social media, as I am scrolling my feed, even when I'm checking my email, even if it's work related. I am going to be conscious of what my mind is doing because it could be doing God knows what, and I don't want to allow any room for God knows what. I'm God. So what I want is this, and this. And so I'm going to make sure that I keep my thoughts aligned to that and not entertain other shit that I don't want, because I don't want that. I just said I didn't want it. So why would I think about it? If I don't want it, then I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to experience it. I don't want to feel about it. So I'm not going to allow it to take up space in here. And if I catch it in there, I'm going to kick it out. And if I catch it back, I'm going to kick it out again. And if I catch it back, I'm going to kick it out again. And I'm not going to stop kicking it out until it's gone. That's my personal approach and has served me well. So at the end of the day, what does this boil down to? Again, awareness and discipline, always those two things. I need to be aware of the thoughts I'm thinking while I am doing things like checking my phone. Phones are triggering AF, okay? So if that's the case and you have one of these trigger boxes in your possession and it might just be 6 inches away from you like mine is, even though I'm not even using it, we're gonna be aware of what we're doing while we are looking through these things, and we are going to be disciplined enough and dedicated to ourselves enough to not allow ourselves to listen to the triggering language, indulge in the feelings that come up after we might see something we don't want to see. This is all a process. Is it feasible to put your phone down and never pick it up again? For some people, no. So we need to be realistic. We need to treat it like it's a normal thing, because it is, and we are always manifesting. So you're manifesting when you're in your phone, whether you like it or not. So when you go into your phone, use it as a time to manifest good stuff for yourself by being conscious of what you're doing, instead of allowing it to be a time when you manifest God knows what for yourself. So I want you to comment down below. I prefer to keep my thoughts pure. I prefer to keep my thoughts pure. And when you are tempted to start thinking negative things about your situation, no matter what we're talking about, I want you to say, you know what? Actually, no. I prefer to keep my thoughts pure. Thank you. Bye. Okay, we're shutting it down and we're keeping our thoughts aligned to the reality that we actually want to live in. That's the purity of it. The chosen reality, the thoughts that line up, that's where the purity comes in, okay? You keep them matching up, not tainted by your old world, and you will see results very fast. So if you are interested in getting to a point where you are really good at controlling these thoughts and allowing yourself to check the social media and not getting triggered with what you might see, check out my 30 Days of Alignment Challenge. It is actually what helped get me to a place where I was able to separate what my eyes were seeing and what my mind was thinking. I've got a free version and an upgraded version where I help guide you through the process with 30 days worth of videos. You can get both of those at my website, roxytalks.com. I've also got exclusive merch, podcasts, and more courses, workshops, and coaching at my website, roxytalks.com. Of course, that link is in the description below. You can also join me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society. It's a great community for like-minded people who are helping each other manifest. Here on the Roxy Talks channel, I go live every Monday at noon-ish PST for Q&A, and I've got brand new videos out every Tuesday through Friday, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss an update. And if you're feeling generous, please like and share. That helps us reach as many people as possible, and everyone deserves to know that they are in complete control of their reality. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you.